Hello guys, welcome back. And today let's check out Buckle Up. It's a precon commander deck for EDH multiplayer. This is from the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set. And let's check her out. Let's check out what's inside the deck and the type of synergy we'll get. Alright, so first of all, we got this token, I believe, and we can use this as a card divider inside the deck. Let's put this, guys, aside for now. We got the deck box. Beautiful. It's bulging. Ooh. Open her up. We got this deck box divider, anti-theft sensor, whoop, and we got a poster, or I believe it's an introduction for playing this deck. There you go. If you guys want to read it, go ahead and pause the video. There you go. And we got Kotori as a poster on the other side. Onto the deck itself. At the very front, we got a Kotori Pilot Prodigy, legendary creature. Alright, let me zoom in. There we go. Opa. Alright, so we got Kotori Pilot Prodigy, legendary creature, Moonfolk Pilot, mythic. Vehicles you control have crew 2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance until end of turn. That's nice. Let's go ahead and open her up. There we go. Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot to mention that we have a Arbor spin down life counter. Same on the other side. Right, so at the back we got one reference card, and we have this a bunch of topper token cards back to back. A lot of topper, a mirror, a pilot, an angel, and an elephant. Wow. And on the other side, angel, elephant, mirror, spirits. Huh. And then we got this thick ass commander card. In foil, interesting. That's new. I guess showcase card. To be honest, I prefer this than the what you call that? The oversized card than from the previous commander decks we get. It's just nice and simple, same size card. I love it. Alright, and let's go to the deck itself, guys. So first of all, let's get rid of the lands. Let's check them out real quick. It's a combined deck of island and plains. Alright. The lands are set aside. Let's check for the other lands that we have. Commander Tower. Tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Oh, this guy, Temple of Enlightenment. Temple of Alignment enter the battlefield. Tap. When Temple of Alignment enters the battlefield, scry 1. Spire of Industry. Tap, add colorless mana, or tap, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color, activate only if you control an artifact. Skycloud expands. You pay 1, you tap and add a plains and an island. Prairie Stream. Tap, add a plains or an island. Prairie Stream enters the battlefield. Tap unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Interesting. Port Town. As Port Town enters the battlefield, you may reveal a plains or island card from your hand. If you don't, Port Town enters the battlefield. Tap. And if you tap, you can add a plains or an island. And then the last for our land card is Exotic or card. You tap, add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Interesting. I wonder if there's an actual use for this deck. We'll see. Right, for foil, we got a Kotori Pilot Prodigy. That's your commander. Or you can have Shorikai Genesis Engine as your other commander. Legendary artifact vehicle. You pay 1 and you tap, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token. With this creature, cruise vehicle as though its power were 2 greater. Alright, and this vehicle is a crew 8. Tap any number of creatures you control with total power 8 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Shorikai Genesis Engine can be your commander. There you go, guys. So this is awesome. Like, it can create a colorless pilot that have the ability to crew 2 or greater vehicles. Interesting, huh? And then we got an Imperial Recovery Unit. Artifact vehicle. Whenever Imperial Recovery Unit attacks, return target creature or vehicle card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. It's a crew 2 vehicle. Mobilizer mech. We got a flying. Whenever Mobilizer mech becomes crewed, up to 1 other target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Interesting. That is cool. And it got a crew of 3. Crew 3. Prodigy's Prototype. It's an artifact vehicle. Whenever 1 or more vehicles you control attack, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token. With this creature cruise vehicle as tough its power were 2 great or greater. Tough though its power 2 or greater. Crew 2. Got a crew 2. Aeronaut Admiral. It's a creature human pilot. Flying. Vehicles you control have flying. Interesting. Obviously, as it says in the title, buckle up, this deck just synergized with a lot of vehicles. A lot of vehicles. So we got an armed and armored instant. Vehicles you control become artifact creatures until end of turn. Choose a dwarf you control. Attach any number of equipment you control to it. Beautiful. Crush Contraband. Instant. Choose 1 or both. Exile target artifact. Exile target enchantment. Dispatch. Instant. Tap target creature. Metalcraft. If you control 3 or more artifacts, exile that creature. Interesting. We got Generous Gift, instant, destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. Mirrorsmith, creature human artificer. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 1 mana. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token. Swords of Plowshares. Instant, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. Ethereum Sculptor. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Nice. Reality Shift, exile target creature. Its controller manifests the top card of their library. That player puts the top card of their library into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. If it's a creature card, it can be turned face up anytime for its mana cost. This feels like a shapeshifter, eh? Riddle Smith. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Thoth Cast. Affinity for artifacts. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Draw 2 cards. Vedalken Engineer. We got a creature Vedalken Artificer. You tap, add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. Whirler Rogue. We got a Rogue Artificer. When Whirler Rogue enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 colorless topper artifact creature tokens with flying. Tap 2 untap artifacts you control. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Right, we got an Arcanist Owl. Flying. When Arcanist Owl enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We got Wrath Capuchin Ship's Mage. It's a flash flying. You may cast historic spell as though they had flash. Arcane Signet. Everyone knows this. Pretty much almost every single commander deck that's been created got Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. Their artifact that helps you gain more mana. So tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Azorius Signet, same thing, you pay 1, you tap it, and add 2 mana, which is a plains and an island. Colossal Plow, whenever Colossal Plow attacks, add 3 plains and you gain 3 life. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Interesting. And it got Cruise 6. Fellwar Stone. It's an artifact you tap, add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Foundry Inspector. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. We got a Gold Mirror. You tap it and it's add 1 plains. So 1/1 creature. Raider's Carve. Whenever Raider's Carve attack, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it into the battlefield tap. And it's a crew 3 for 4/4. Shimmer Mirror. We got a flash. You may cast artifact spells as though they had flash. Interesting. And it's a 2/2 creature. And we got a Silver Mirror. You tap, it adds an island. Soul Ring, Aerial Surveyor, flying whenever Aerial Surveyor attacks. If defending player controls more lands than you, search your library for a basic plains card, put it into the battlefield tap, then shuffle. This vehicle have crew 2 for 3/4. Drum Bellower. It's a creature spirit flying. Untap all creatures you control during each other player's untap step. This is nice. Iron Soul Enforcer. Whenever Iron Soul Enforcer or a commander you control attacks alone, return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Organic Extinction. Improvise. Your artifact can help cast this spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities, pay for 1. Destroy all non-artifact creature. Alright, we got Release to Memory. Exile target opponent's graveyard. For each creature card exiled this way, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. And then we have Swift Reconfiguration. It's a flash, enchanted creature or vehicle. Enchanted permanent is a vehicle artifact with crew 5, and it loses all other card types. It's not a creature unless it's crewed. Beautiful. Access denied. Counter target spell, create an X/1/1 colorless stopper artifact creature token with flying, where X is that spell's mana value. Cyberdrive Awakener, it's a flying. Other artifact creatures you control have flying. When Cyberdrive Awakener enters the battlefield until end of turn, each non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness of 4/4. Nice. We got Imposter Mech. You may have Imposter Mech enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature an opponent controls, except it's a vehicle artifact with crew 3 and it loses all other card types. Nice. Ooh, we got a Cannoneer, Kappa Cannoneer here. We got Improvise, a Ward 4, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Kappa Cannoneer and it can't be blocked this turn. Nice. Katsumasa the Animator. We got a flying. You pay 2 and an island. Until end of turn, target non-creature artifact you control become an artifact creature and gains flying. If it's not a vehicle, it has base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. The beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 3 target non-creature artifacts. Ooh-wee. Still got a lot to go. Research Thief. It's a flash flying. Whenever an artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Universal Surveillance, Improvise, and draw X cards. Surge Hacker Mech. It's a menace. When Surge Hacker Mech enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles you control to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. It's a crew 4. This is nice. Cataclysmic Gearhulk. It's a mythic artifact creature. Got vigilance. When Cataclysmic Gearhulk enters the battlefield. Each player chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanent they control. Then sacrifice the rest. Nice. Indomitable Archangel. It's a flying with metalcraft. Artifacts you control have Shroud as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. For 4/4. Parhelion the second. So it's a flying 4-strike vigilance. Whenever Parhelion the second attacks, create 2/4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance that are attacking. And it got a crew 4 for 5/5. Oh, look at him. It's SRAM Senior Edificer. Legendary creature, Dwarf Advisor. Whenever you cast an aura, enchantment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. And he's a 2/2. Teshar Ancestor's Apostle. Flying. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Emir Lurker of the Loch. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifacts you control. When Emry Lurker of the Loch enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. You tap, choose target artifact card in your graveyard, you may cast that card this turn. You still pay its cost, timing rule still applies for 1/2. And we got a Planeswalker. We got Jace, Architect of Thoth. So you got a +1 loyalty until your next turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks, it gets -1, -0 until the end of turn. We got -2 loyalty. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library in any order. And for the last one is a -8 loyalty. For each player, search that player's library for a non-land card and exile it. Then that player shuffles. You may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Nice. Master of Ethereum. Master of Ethereum's power and toughness are each equal to the number of artifacts you control. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. Sai, Master Top Terrorist. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Topter artifact creature token with flying. You pay 1 mana and an island, sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. Topter Spy Network is an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control an artifact, create a 1/1 colorless Topter artifact creature token with flying. Whenever 1 or more artifact creature you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Dance of the Mans. Return up to X target artifact and/or non-aura enchantment cards each with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanent are 4/4 creatures in additional to their other types. Hannah Ship's Navigator. So you pay 1 mana, a plains and an island, then tap, return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Cultivator's Caravan. So you tap, add 1 mana of any color, and it got crew 3 for 5/5. Mirage Mirror, you pay 2 mana. Mirage Mirror becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. Peace Walker Colossus, you pay a mana and a plains. Another target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Crew 4 for 6/6 for 3 mana. Holy. Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. It's a mythic vehicle. It's a flying. Whenever Sky Sovereign Console Flagship enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. It only crews for 3, and it costs 5 mana for 6/5. Smuggler Copter. It's a flying. Whenever Smuggler's Copter attack or blocks, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Only crew for 1 for 3/3. Cost 2 mana. Solemn Simulacrum. Whatever that guy is. The Solemn blah 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 enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a basic land card. Put that card into the battlefield tap, then shuffle. When Solemn blah 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 dies, you may draw a card. 2/2 for 4. And then we got Weatherlight. I believe this is from the Forgotten Realms set vehicle. So it's a flying. Whenever Weatherlight deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's a crew 3 for 4, and it's a 4/5. And that concludes our precon deck for Buckle Up, guys. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like, and please subscribe to the channel if you liked it. Write down on the comments any opinion, or if you guys have any idea for a upgrade for this deck even. Please go ahead and write it down in the comments, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.